Welcome back to another video. Today we're in the Open Ultra League. We're going to be running a newer team. We're going to be having Pidgeot, Cobalion, and Charizard. Here we have a bad matchup, but we are at least resisting the Shadow Claws of these fast moves. So we're able to at least survive the first Ice Punch. Here, we feel like it's a free Brave Bird because there's just no way they're going to be shielding the first one. And it looks like we decided to shield the first one so that we can get to another one. We're going to bait and try to get the shield because the next potential Brave Bird would KO. It does not happen. And our opponent just ends up letting it go, which is good for them. Here we come in with the Cobalion to farm it down, and we are absolutely in trouble. The core got broken. This Jellicent beats both of the Cobalion and the Charizard, so this is all but over as long as they don't do anything too crazy. Maybe here we try to get the Stone Edge. Oh, they're not even going to allow us to get that Stone Edge damage and potential farm down with our Charizard. So there they go for the Surf, and we just go for chip damage here. This is all but over. In retrospect, we probably should have switched out and then maybe drew out this Jellicent, but so far I haven't seen a ton of Alolan Sandslash, but maybe we start seeing a lot more of them here. I get the pairing of Jellicent and the Alolan Sandslash to kind of protect each other, so it makes sense. And GG's to our opponent right there. That was not the win. So let's see here if we make a little adjustment. It looks like we're gonna try to make this a ABB team instead. So that means we're gonna be having the Cobalion protected by 2 flyers. And we have a great lead here. That switch out was a good thing. So we generally don't want to have this lead lost because we have a really positive matchup. So we're going to shield the first one in case it is the Earthquake. It looks like they were going for it on the first move here, and then we're going to let the second one go. They end up trying to go for the Icicle Spear. It does not work. And then here, we're just going to throw a Stone Edge. This Stone Edge is doing about roughly half the health. Because we have so much energy from the past, we are going to be able to get to another Stone Edge. We take out the last Grand Bull's health. And here we try to catch a move, but it looks like they were able to get that Moonblast off. But unfortunately for them, we have 2 things really good against the Cresselia. Here, we're just gonna debuff the Cresselia all the way in case they get some kind of lucky break or something. So they let the Feather Dance go. Makes sense. They go for the Moonblast. It's no longer that much effective. We force them to use the energy. Then we switch out into the Charizard. Now we know that this Charizard can tank probably 3 Moonblasts at this point. Okay, maybe even 4 Moonblast. Here, we know that they are going to have to take damage eventually, so we're just going for a ton of Dragon Claws. We don't really need to go for Blast Burns at this point, and so here we're just forcing them to use shields and pressuring them, as we know that this Charizard can tank at least 1 more Moonblast easily. We don't shield this one, and we probably could have tanked 3 more Moonblasts at this point. And then we go for the extra Dragon Claw here, and they let it go. GG's to our opponent right there. So a little bit of adjustment, and it paid off. Let's see how well this thing can go, and see if it continues working. The team is, I would say for Ultra League, it's okay as far as expenses. The Cobalion is a legendary, so that's going to be the most expensive thing. The Pidgeot is a level 50 XL one, so that would be expensive. This team here, as far as resources, kind of on the heavier side, but the Cobalion and Pidgeot core is pretty good. They protect each other quite well. Ooh, nice catch by my opponent, but it ends up catching onto the Jellicent, which I was going to throw Stone Edge anyways, and so I'm not exactly sure why they try to do that. Here we try to catch a Shadow Ball. Let's see if he ends up catching it. Nope. Looks like they were baiting the whole time, and they're going to be throwing a ton of Surfs now. We know that we can possibly go for the Brave Bird here, because we either want the last shield or we want this to KO. Or potentially KO, it looks like. So it looks like the Brave Bird did not KO the Jellicent. That's actually quite amazing. We shield just to get the farm down, and it allows us to get to another Brave Bird. We throw the Brave Bird back at this Pidgeot. The Pidgeot tanks it, and then we force out the last energy from this Pidgeot. This Pidgeot is also level 50, and our opponent ends up switching out. But luckily for us, we would have had 2 counters to this Scrafty. Not only do we have the Cobalion, but we also have the Charizard waiting for it as well. So, yep, there we go. We switch it in, and then they now know that it's GG's. Honestly, the alignment right there was quite important, because they actually had the Pidgeot and the Scrafty with the Jellicent. So, luckily for us, we had 2 flyers in the back. Alright, here we have the classic Dragonite. Oh, I guess they were trying to catch a Stone Edge. Unlucky for them that we were being patient with it, and we actually have a ton of energy now to throw all these Sacred Swords. We finally do get a shield. We go for the extra fast move right there, as we didn't throw it on timing. So we're basically going to try and get this last shield. It looks like it was CMP tie, and we actually won the CMP tie, so that was huge for us. We not only win back the switch, but now we have the ability to switch out if we need to. They actually throw on CMP, so really good timing by my opponent. We can survive it, and they actually had 2 Dragon Claws, so we had to let it go. Now we know that they don't have a lot of energy, which is a good thing. And our opponent immediately switches out into the Surfetch, but we had the Shadow Charizard waiting for them. So if you want to think back at their team, they actually had a Flyer double Fighter in the back, as we had a Fighter and double Flyer. So this was just a team comp, and this should be GG's, as we just shield the next move coming in if they allow us. But it looks like they were just trying to farm down. Luckily for us, we are able to get to another Dragon Claw and KO this Shadow Dragonite. So GG's to our opponent right there. Switching the Cobalion into the front ends up being our play of the game so far. Because if we kept it as a Pidgeot, some of these matches would have been pretty tough in the front. Another really solid lead. We're expecting them to switch out. Looks like they switch out into the Mandibuzz. This Mandibuzz is a little bit more on the tankier side. It is running the Air Slash. So they're going to have Aerial Ace and Foul Play. And here, because Pidgeot is pretty tanky as well, there are not going to be any super effective moves being thrown at this Pidgeot. We're just going to throw on really good timing with a bunch of these Feather Dances, just to get the debuffed as much as possible. No need to do anything too fancy with this, because I mean, we also want this Pidgeot low enough to where the Alolan Sandslash doesn't farm us down. That would be terrible, considering the Shadow Claws are doing resisted damage. And so here, we're just gonna keep throwing all these Feather Dances. We're actually debuffing this thing to the absolute maximum already, and we are able to farm it down, which is fantastic for us. And then actually, extra bonus, we actually get Brave Bird off, and we force a shield from this Sandslash, so that was huge. That Pidgeot did a ton of work. And then here we have the absolute hard counter to this backline, and we actually win by just coming in with our Shadow Charizard right there. So check out this scene. Let us know if you enjoyed it.